Doctor Who, or The Adventures of a Madman in a Police Box. Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. Wait a minute, I thought the series you were doing was dedicated to canceled TV shows. This show hasn't canceled yet. Actually, yeah, it did. The series, as you probably know, it started somewhere back in 2005. However, the original run of the series, known by some as Classic Who, went from 1963 to 1989, plus one television movie, which was an attempted revival in 1996. So that means, not counting the attempted revival, the show went on hiatus for 16 years before it revived. Now, allow me to paint a picture of my youth. Way back when I was roughly less than the age of 10, my father would allow me to stay up late on school nights to watch reruns of Doctor Who, which aired on the Public Broadcasting Service, or PBS. At the time, it didn't mean much to me, but I'm guessing it meant something to him, and that's why he let me stay up late to watch it with him. I was just happy to stay up late, to be honest. I didn't actually get into it until sometime in high school when, after a desire for nostalgia led me to a video store, I picked up a copy of the classic Fourth Doctor serial, Pyramids of Mars. After watching that, I was totally hooked and started collecting old Doctor Who tapes and DVDs. Mind you, this was all before the revival. Then it came back. The series follows a mysterious figure who calls himself the Doctor, portrayed by several people at this point. A renegade to a race of beings called the Time Lords, he stole a time and space machine called the TARDIS, which is short for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. He did this to live a life of adventure, intrigue, and excitement in self-imposed exile from his kind. Unfortunately, the TARDIS's chameleon circuit, which would otherwise help it blend in with its surroundings, had a glitch, causing it to permanently become what it first shaped into, a 1960s police call box, or a phone booth for police officers. When the series revived, it turns out he's the last of his kind, the sole survivor of a war that destroyed his people and therefore is doomed to wander in time and space. He also takes on companions. These are mostly humans who he travels alongside and mentors along the way. Together, they set out through time and space to discover new experiences. One of the main reasons this series has lasted as long as it has is because of the constant recasting of the lead role, the Doctor. As a Time Lord, he has the power to regenerate, and each regeneration has new personality traits, which makes each interpretation all the more intriguing. In spirit, though, he is still the same person, with the same drive to wander around from place to place to different points in the future and history, and fighting various monsters and villains along the way. This also means there's various choices of doctors for us to relate to. I'll save what makes a doctor your doctor for a future episode. As I stated before, this show originally lasted from 1963 to 1989, when some executive for the BBC decided to end it. Yeah, that was a genius move. Stop your one long-running cash cow from airing simply because you're tired of seeing it run. The show may have ended, but the fan base continued to flourish and grow. The franchise continued as well by countless books and radio dramas, as well as other franchises that lasted long after the original series ended, and when the series revived. And now it is a show that many love once again, with new fans emerging and new plots and storylines in development. Also, the latest soon-to-be incarnation of the Doctor is to be a lady. I'll tell you more about my opinions on that later in another future episode. Well, that puts an end to my nod to 7 TV Fandoms. To remind, this was a request fulfilled for one of my subscribers. If you'd like to make a request, please, by all means, subscribe and send me one. You can comment in the comment section below or contact me through Facebook. As always, the website is in the info box below. I'd be looking forward to hear from you. I'm Mike, and this has been a Penguins Rock production.